Before we begin, please subscribe to our new channels, David Zhang 360 and David on China. China Insider has been demonetized by YouTube due to the reason that it's related to another channel that was suspended. But unfortunately, because we have no idea what that channel is or where that channel is, we cannot solve this issue. So we've opened up two new channels, David on China and David Zhang 360. Just search on YouTube, David Zhang 360 and David on China with no space, or simply click the links in the description. I just discovered China's favorite sport, subway pushing.
Go! 左山路到了，可换乘。
来，先下后上，来，别堵门口，来，先下后上，没下完的上什么上啊？先下后上，先下后上啊，先下后上啊，先下后上，有序排队啊，先下后上。
先下后上，先下后上，先下后上，先下后上，先下后上。
那位带小孩的乘客自觉排队啊！你已经插队了啊！自觉排队，别插队啊！自觉排队啊，哥，别堵门口啊！自觉排队啊！来，先下后上，来，没下完的上什么上啊？起来，别堵门口。
Yes, so the issue of subway courtesy. If you can actually make content out of this thing as a regular upload, that means it's a problem.
你怎么插队呢？我这站这儿，你怎么插我队呢？
这玩意儿还有站牌的。
Listen to this young man talk about the difference when he visited Taiwan.
台湾人的素质真的高啊，我都被震惊到了。首先是这个地铁先下后上的事儿，在台湾99%的人都会自觉遵循先下后上，基本不会有这种插队的现象。但是在大陆，不是有博主他专门拍摄什么沈阳地铁先下后上，然后石家庄地铁先下后上这种。 就是有很多人他不先下后上，他要插队，所以那个博主就这样架着，就是把别人肘击开这种。
And here's one from Korea.
来给你们看一下哈，哎，香港下地铁，这个绝对是我们先下的，看，你看，别个都在等，你看没？你看阿姨都在等，真的，你看你们那些数字，我的天，没话说。
Now, in the New York subway, at least in my experience, I think 95% of the time, people will wait for you to get off, or they will wait on both sides of the door as it closes. And in the odd times that people come in at the same time, well, it's either during very slow times during the very morning or the late nights, or they weren't paying attention, they were on their phone. And so at first I wasn't going to make another video on the morals of people in China, which was destroyed by the CCP, but honestly, this video pissed me off.
都在吃年夜饭，把灯关了。我们中国人就是要热热闹闹的，把灯都关了，什么意思啊？吃年夜饭吃到一半，飞了几千公里飞到你们这边。哪个中国人吃年夜饭跟黑灯瞎火一起的？请你们告诉我。
So that was a group of diners from China on vacation in Japan. Okay, so this is not in China, this is in Japan, a different country, okay? Not in China. They're complaining that the Japanese restaurant dimmed the lights for fireworks. Now, first of all, again, this is in Japan. This is where they don't celebrate the Chinese New Year, but also, second of all, they did announce this actually, because in the later part of the video, one of the fellow restaurant diners says that they announced it in both English and Japanese. So it's actually this group of Chinese diners who didn't understand what was happening. They're now complaining about this. So I was ready to go to bed when I saw that video, and somehow it just really pissed me off because like Chinese tourists already get a bad rep, right, for doing things like this. doing their number twos in public, or simply just being disrespectful, say skipping the line, cut queues, those kind of things, you know? So when they did this in a Japanese restaurant, to have the audacity to do it in Japan, it didn't sit right with me. And here are Chinese diners at Sushiro, which is a Japanese chain, trying to skip the line. Now, inside China, tourists also are choosing to trash everything rather than keeping things civil and clean. Now, this is honestly a mindset because I went onto Chinese social media like Douyin to find, yeah, again, the same thing, just people complaining about people from other places in China coming over to their city and just trashing the place. But the mindset that I'm speaking of is really like, as long as I'm not responsible for this, I won't care. Here's a video of the women's bathroom sink area at a rest stop, just full of trash. You see people in the parking lot here eating and dropping dropping things on the ground. Let me show you the dynamics, okay? So this video is a cleaning lady. She's eating her break food here by the trash can. And the reason I show you this is to highlight the class difference in how, say, in this example, sanitation workers are treated versus the customers. And obviously these sanitation workers make very little, and they don't even get a place to sit to have a break. And the rest of the people don't consider them to be part of the ecosystem, which is why you see those videos where people throwing trash all over the place everywhere. And because they know that this will get cleaned up, it's left to these workers to clean it up, and they will do so because they need the money. So it's like there's a unexplainable dynamic here, which I think is very subtle, but it just shows you how ugly it gets, whether that's in the bathroom or on the ground. As long as it's not their problem, they don't have to worry about it. Call it selfishness, carelessness, neglects, I don't really know what the term is for it. This obviously extends to other areas too, like say food, right? In Sam's Club, which is a popular store in China now, there's free samples that you can get. Same thing with Costco. And apparently that means a lot of free samples. And also apparently it means free soda. This is a popular dessert shop in Shanghai. It's called Papao, and it serves this strawberry cake with well, according to this customer, moldy and expired strawberries. And it was caught by this customer who went to the side of the stall. And what's crazy to me is that it doesn't seem like it ever occurs to them that, or they comprehend that using moldy strawberries is a bad thing. It seems like that they will just continue to use it because in China, that's what happens. In this video here, you see that they're basically filling this drum with some sort of ingredient, which they picks it up from the ground and put it back into the container. So a lot of times it's this idea that, you know, if I can get more out of it, I can scam you while I can, or scam you when I can, then that's what I'll do. And here you have a farmer spreading what's called the 6,6 powder, which is a chemical compound commonly known as lindane, or by its effective chemical formula C6H6Cl6. And so it's a pesticide, and obviously it's really good at killing the pests, but once a live animal or human ingests that C6H6Cl6, or at least, you know, some ways that it gets consumed, it's toxic, it's poisonous, and people might think that, well, might just be the industry standard, you know, the common pesticides, which is used by farmers in China. But no, take a look at this. So this is an article from 2018 published by Chinese state media. But the article itself was taken from a 2015 article written by a university, and it details how this person used to use the C6H6Cl6 lindane pesticide to control the pest. But when the pigs accidentally ate it, they died. The chickens ate it, they also died. So you can imagine what happens if humans consume this type of stuff, in this case on potatoes. And the dog here is seen given two types of soups. One made with pre-made packaged ingredients, which is this paste that you can make a lamb bone soup out of. And the pupper friend clearly doesn't want to drink the pre-made stuff.
来，我拿羊大锅子，不是，再拿这个清汤挂水给它补一个羊杂。我去啊，我就不信了，这羊汤都不喝了，这狗都这么飘了吗？这个是我们刚才用那个清水煮的羊杂，这个是我们用白汤煮的羊杂，看一下黄老师到底会如何选择啊？来吧。大块多一个，兄弟们，看来这个羊杂是没有问题的啊。具体哪儿出问题了，咱也不知道，咱也不敢说，兄弟们。行。
Now, if a dog doesn't want to drink something, they have very sensitive nose and very good tastes, it probably means that it does something bad to humans too. So God knows what happens. And yet in China, people are ordering delivery from this type of takeout places, which they essentially use prepackaged ingredients. They heat it up or microwave it and then pretend it like it's a restaurant cooked takeout dish.
马上消了一块哈，我做的，把这客人拿去了，走赶紧。
Then there's also the scams.
大点儿，大鲍鱼，金汤鲍鱼，这大点儿，棒！哎，捞了半天鲍鱼，鲍鱼搁哪儿呢？鲍鱼在这儿呢。
开心果耶！
你看，不要看侧面。
Other areas like tofu dry construction too.
没想到吧？这我也没想到。
I'm sure, right? Totally the reason that Chinese bridges collapse all the time is due to their superior quality of construction. Also, this is supposed to stop cars from bouncing over during a car crash, but with this quality, I'm not so sure. And another thing that's interesting to me is how in China you see people try to get the smallest gains. Here's an example. Here's an example in this video. Passengers on a road trip during a rest stop, this happened during the Chinese holiday season, they're fighting over the gas station stalls. Like, it's 5 more minutes or 5 minutes earlier, you know, the same logic as that subway pushing situation. Literally, it's 5 seconds earlier or 5 seconds later, but it's the smallest advantage in life, right? That they need to take that into a competition. That is the struggle portion.
现在你走不走啊？走走，托我俩去医院。等一下，帮我吗？好了，好的，帮我。对，我们这人咱帮助手嘛。对，能不能下一趟啊？人家肚子痛了再去医院。好了好了，就好了。这个公用电器，你等下一趟吗？
And so when you understand the meanings of the communist destruction, a lot of it is very subtle. It's ingrained in the culture now to struggle against others, to compete against class differences, or within those class differences, I should say, where it's the fact that you need to be somewhere as long as you get there first. Who cares about the others? You know, this type of clearly, it's supposed to be a community sort of political system, right? That is the socialist communist system. And yet you see the most selfish and most individual aspects being displayed fully because that's what essentially is driving China's people today. And they really have lost all of the traditional teachings that prevented all of this. So thanks so much for watching this episode. And if you're watching on China Insider, please consider subscribing to our new channels, David on China and David Zhang 360, as that's where we post our new videos first, and that's our new channels going forward. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.